It's free Jingle Friday. Oh, and it feels good. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Mike Russell.
And my name is Isabella Russell.
And you're very, very welcome to this free Jingle Friday the 13th of March. But we ignore things like that. We just carry on, don't we?
We've got a black cat under the table, don't worry.
We've got a black cat under the table. We keep calm, we wash our hands, and we carry on, don't we?
That's exactly it. Just don't worry. Keep calm, carry on, wash your hands, everything will be good, right?
Absolutely. So welcome to the show. If you've never tuned in before, then this is basically a show where we have fun, we make audio, we have a bit of a family thing going on in the chat. Lots of people join us from all corners of the world. Go on, shout out where you're watching from now. What city, what country are you in? We have people in Brazil, we have people in the United States, in Canada, in Australia, in India, in the Philippines, in France, in Germany, all over the world. Let us know where you're watching from, and welcome to Free Jingle Friday. Woohoo! Yay! Come on! Oh, it feels so good to be here.
Nice.
So, Isabella, how are you?
I'm good. We are, I think that as everybody at the moment, like the whole world's attention is turning into the virus and what's happening with the world. And, we are all concerned too, of course. So I think that this past week, for me specifically, has been pretty much glued into the news thinking, is this coming to the Isle of Wight? And, that kind of stuff. So, but other than that, I'm good. How about you?
Absolutely. No, I'm doing good. Yes, it's just a fact of life right now. Life is changing. In fact, one thing that seems to be happening right now is there's a lot more time for a lot of people in different parts of the world to listen to things like podcasts and watch live streams like this, and also consume online content to take courses. As we find many countries in the world are getting locked down, you're either, having a lot of spare time on your hands, or you're potentially being forced to work remotely. And I find this really interesting. And Isabella, you might know if you watch my YouTube channel, or our YouTube channel at youtube.com/music radio creative. Yesterday, I kind of rushed out, and I did want to kind of rush it out because I kind of wanted to put my thoughts down in a 10-minute video of like, what can you do if you are stuck? You're used to going into a professional studio where you have a voiceover microphone, really good one. You maybe have a panel of glass. You have a producer over the other side of the glass, and someone screaming directions. And suddenly, you might have to make that work from home. You might need to pick a cupboard or somewhere under the stairs, or spare room, or the kids' bedroom, and make them sleep downstairs. That kind of thing. And you need a quick setup. So I put out my coronavirus emergency recording studio setup video, Isabella.
There you go. I know. I've seen it. I've seen that our supplies have sneaked into the video too, which was a little bit
the toilet roll was all frankly. Isabella. I'll tell you that.
It was just a
pot noodles were me. Toilet roll, Isabella.
Yeah, that's it. That's absolutely it. So, and by the way, thank you for all the super chats that are flooding in. It's very generous of you, and
lovely.
Perhaps just as a quick reminder to everybody tuning in, and if you are here for the first time, you may just want to kind of know as to what the drill is.
Yeah.
So we are here to make free jingles. This is our Friday. We love it. I wouldn't be anywhere in the world right now, but right here. And what we are effectively doing is asking you to submit your scripts. If you would like us to read any script, simply go ahead to mrc.fm/script. You can submit it over there. Please, just one script per person would be fantastic. And if you would like to have your script recorded and produced, then Super Chat is the way. Hence, you probably see all the Super Chats coming in right now.
Yes.
Those are the people who would like to have their script recorded and produced. Now, today, we are going to take Super Chats for the first 20 minutes only. It's just to ensure that we can we can get through as many of them as possible. As last week has shown, we've had so many of them. It's just, we just want to obviously make sure to do a good service to you. So you've got 20 minutes to submit well, now it's 16 minutes to submit a super chat, but you do have up until past to submit your regular script, so that has not changed. So it's just the super chats today that we are limiting, sort of testing to see how many we can get through, and see what we can do. But the first...
Absolutely, because we're very grateful to you, because you do send a lot of super chats in, and we're really, really grateful for every single super chat that comes in every time we do Free Jingle Friday. A lot of you know the drill. A lot of you are here from before, and that's fantastic. But for those of you who are new, you've got around 15 minutes left to either send a super chat via YouTube. So if you're watching on YouTube, click the $sign, type in a script, and then we'll get that produced into something fully fledged. Or if you want a free jingle, Isabella will give the link in just a moment. Just wanted to do a few shout outs at this stage.
Yeah.
We got some people watching on LinkedIn right now, on LinkedIn Live, including Vinod, who's watching from India. Hello to you in India. Hope you're staying safe. Hope everything is good with you right now there. Kelly Wilson's watching, and she says, I have the same headphones she has, meaning your AKGs there. They're very good. AKG make good headphones and mics. What else have we got? We've been asking for you to post where you're watching from. We got Roger, who's in Birmingham in England. North Crannock from Northampton. We got Estonia. We got Gert K watching right now. Kind of all over the world. It's amazing. Yeah, I just kind of flicking between all the different chats that are coming in right now. It's really difficult to keep track. I've got Australia here. I've got someone in Uganda watching as well. Mark in Uganda. Trinidad and Tobago. Anton is watching. Wow. Paige, hello to Paige. Watching, of course, from the Cayman Islands. Hope you're staying healthy and safe there as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's just lovely to see all of you joining in today. And so many new locations. Which is fantastic.
Every week, it's amazing.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. So Mike, what else is on your mind at the moment? What are the things? So here is a question, because we have received so many emails actually over the last week or so now.
Yeah, absolutely.
So many emails from people saying, all of a sudden, I can't go to the studio, or I have to move my work to remote work. It's like, what do you suggest for the optimum setup? So I would really love to pick your brain on that, Mike, before we kind of move on to anything else.
Well, for sure, let's cover this a little bit, because I think it's really good. Like I said, I did put a dedicated video out on YouTube. Go on.
Before you go on, because I just want to make sure we haven't got a problem with the spreadsheet. Can you please submit your scripts over to mrc.fm/script? As for some reason, I can't.
Do you need me to update the link?
Oh, no, they're here. Sorry, no, forget it.
They are rolling in.
They're rolling in. It's just me being silly. Sorry.
All right, let's talk about remote working and particularly remote producing and voicing. For those of you watching, you're likely in some form of audio. Tony actually is watching right now from a lockdown North Norway. We got Willie D as well, who's in the house. Nice to see you. Hope things are good in Switzerland. Like Isabella mentioned, Dario reached out from Rome yesterday, and he's actually a manager of many professional studios in Rome, Italy, but unfortunately right now it's impossible to get to those studios. And even if you could, do you want to be sharing a microphone with 10 or 20 other voice artists? I really feel for my friends who are working in radio right now, who maybe still have no choice but to go into the radio station, share headphones, share microphones. And it's like really a radio studio, like where you got multiple DJs doing shows during the day, is a really unhygienic place right now, Isabella, I think.
Do you know, I think that through all of this, we are all going to become total germaphobes, like everybody is going to be just so very conscious of everything. In fact, look.
Go on. What you got?
Because I couldn't get the regular wipes. I had to get like the floor size wipes.
Oh, wow. My goodness me.
Every time I come in the morning to the studio, I'm just taking one out. I'm just like having a good clear around. Seriously, the studio has never been this clean.
Absolutely. Well, yeah, no, it serves my OCD perfectly, so no worries there.
There we go.
And I've done a few elbow bumps as well now, getting into that. But yeah, let's talk about remote working, because that's kind of what we're on right now. So I have mentioned about microphones. In the video, I mentioned no hiding of the fact that I like AKG. I use the C414 XL2 right now. It's my favorite microphone. If you want to have a studio quality sound at home, this is going to be the one, in my opinion. In fact, I'm pretty much moving everything over to this AKG. I used to dabble with the Neumann TLM 103 because it was trendy, and it's still a very good mic, don't get me wrong. So maybe you want to go down the Neumann path, that's fine too. But I'm certainly doing all of my work on this right now. Isabella's got the P420 from AKG, but actually we discovered P420 is around $200, so convert that to your local euros or whatever it is. But we actually found the P120 recently, which is also made by AKG, is just around $99, and it's like brilliant. In fact, Isabella, if you'll talk for a second, I'll reach to my big cupboard of goodies behind me over here, and you talk.
You go ahead. Yeah, I was just replying to Rich, who says, Dallas, Texas, self-quarantined represent. And I was like, high five, or rather elbow bump to you then. Because we don't want to do high fives right now. Sorry.
Absolutely. So just mentioning this microphone I got right here. This is the AKG P120, and it's really, really good. So maybe you need to do some audio work, but you don't need like the professional sound like Dario from Rome was asking about, or I'd recommend the higher end stuff. This is $99, and this is such a forgiving mic. I don't think I've ever found such a forgiving mic until I came across the P120. So even if your sound treatment isn't good, which many of you who are suddenly having to transition to a period where you're in your home and you need good quality audio, this could be it. Obviously, sound panels, I've done the acoustic treatment video. That's on my YouTube channel as well, where I go around drilling holes in walls and putting up Art Nouveau trendy tiles like the ones you see behind me and all around over by Isabella. But you can just as well go and grab some foam from, Amazon or somewhere, or you can just grab a towel or, drape loads of curtains. Isabella has got the curtains drawn behind her. That helps with the acoustics, no end. And we'll get through this. And in fact, it's one of those times right now where we find new ways of working. And I hope that we can see the light and the good that will come out the other end of this. It is very unfortunate what's happening, obviously. And it's just one of those crazy times right now, right?
It really is. I mean, it's like, in all honesty, when it all started, initially I was just thinking, is this really for real? Or are we watching some like new Netflix season has started? It's just literally like that. And I think that a lot of people go through it. But we have some ideas to support the community because obviously it's going to impact us all in one way or another. So we hope to really support you. And actually one thing that we would love to know, if there is a type of content we can cover right now that you would find helpful, what we might do next week is just do a couple more live streams, so you'll be able to join us live, where we will discuss specific issues and maybe give some advice live on the show. What do you think, Mike?
Absolutely. No, I think that would be an absolutely fabulous idea. And we're running to about 8 minutes for you to get your jingles in. So remember, Super Chat on YouTube if you'd like something voiced and produced. Clicking the $sign. Any amount will be fine. Type in your script and off you go. Otherwise, mrc.fm/script, and you can submit your jingle scripts there for us to produce. That's the only way to get them in. Please don't post in the comments because we may see them, but they won't be produced.
Absolutely. And just to add as well that you have up until 20 past, which is 8 minutes essentially from now, to get your super chats in, and further 10 minutes for all the regular scripts. And the very first part of the show will be Mike producing all the super chats coming in, and you will be able to learn, hopefully the screenflow will work today, you will be able to learn how everything how you can put everything together in in the ninja style moves, and then obviously after that we will record everything else. It's also really interesting to see that some of the scripts are coming in with the sort of coronavirus themes. It's actually one of the things we were thinking of is like just doing a stream dedicated to that, where perhaps if there is somebody who has a need for a message to customers or potential audience and listeners that sort of relates to the changes that need to happen in business or in regular operations because of it, we could maybe provide that as a separate stream where you can get that help, because obviously it's one of those things that's quite important right now. So
it absolutely is, and that's kind of what we're here for. Obviously we make jingles via musicradiocreative.com, but we come in week out to do this Free Jingle Friday, so we can serve those parts of the community maybe only have a small budget and can only do some super chats. Anything is more than enough. It's a gesture of goodwill. It's amazing. And those of you who just simply can't afford to go right now and buy jingles or voiceovers, and you desperately need something. I know we serve a lot of school radio stations. We work even with some community radio stations and other independent DJs, hospital radio stations here in the UK. Things like that, places that don't have amazing budgets, but they still want to sound great and they still want to have good stuff. So that's kind of why we come in, week out, and do this show to help serve people like that.
Absolutely. So get your scripts in.
Get your scripts.
Get your
scripts. Get those scripts now.
Get your scripts in, get your scripts in, and we will be kind of jumping onto them as soon as possible.
Are you rolling your R's? Are you rolling your R's there? You keep saying squips.
I know. I'm just saying my scripts. Yeah. Why not?
We'll call it the squips.
Yeah.
Why not?
How is Mr. Klein doing?
Don't call it. I was going to say he's just coming in now. He's saying, Don't call it the squits, whatever you do.
That's it.
Dear, oh dear, Mr. Clive. Yes, Mr. Clive, for those of you who've just tuned in and you're wondering what the heck is this, so tune in, there's some audio, they're playing jingles and stuff like that. Like, little things like this. Music Radio Creative. And Mr. Clive essentially is a play on our hashtag, because we are MRC, Music Radio Creative, hashtag MRC Live, which of course if you put that on Twitter it looks like hashtag Mr. Clive. And that's where Mr. Clive was born, and unfortunately he hasn't gone away, but he's sitting in the corner. Actually, I wonder, Isabella, what Mr. Clive is stockpiling, if anything, right now.
Yeah, what do you think he would be stockpiling?
Well, I've been going through the royal warrant list and looking what Her Majesty consumes, and I've gone for the finest gin, and I haven't forgotten my Weetabix as well.
Nice.
Or as they call it in Australia, Wheat Bix, because they have to be different.
There we go. No, that's very interesting. Well, listen, I need you to take it away for a second, because we do have some problem with spreadsheet, and I just want to make sure to sort it out with wonderful Tim and Bjorn, who are helping out. I just want to make sure that we have not missed anything in there. So
okay.
You can take it away and chat away. That would be wonderful, please.
Talk about more stuff. Okay, well, I can see that the super chat's coming in still, which is fantastic. You still have another 3.5 minutes to do that. We are just ever so slightly shaving off some time as to when the deadline is to get in those script requests, and then around 20 past the hour, so yeah, about 3 minutes from now, I will start producing in Adobe Audition, which of course is my favorite audio editing software, and I'm very delighted to use it. I'll read out some of the comments as well. We got Tony, who's watching right now at OSN. We've also got DJ Nick as well. Nicola, nice to see you. Aussie kids are Wheat Bix kids. Yes, that's right. I remember when I was in Australia recently, Doug, I had to go out and get my Wheat Bix. Funnily enough, in the UK, for some reason, it's called Wheat Abix. Wheat Abix. We just inserted an A in there for some reason. What else have we got? The Hampshire studio. I've put in a script which is really nice. Hello to William as well. Chrissy Flower as well, asking about how exactly it works. mrc.fm/script to get those scripts in. Script like that, and then you can get your favorite script in. And yeah, if you do have any questions at all about remote working, I mean, that's something we do, something we've had going on for a while. Google Drive is a fantastic way to be sharing audio. And I did mention Clean Feed on my video I did the other day about if you have to still link up with producers, even though you might have to suddenly work from home. Another great set of services, particularly that podcasters use, are services like Zencaster and Squadcast. Services like this allowing you to connect in real time with someone on the other side of the world, potentially, and also record both sides of the conversation. Podcasters use that all the time because it's really good for stitching together the two sides and making it sound like you're still in the same room. So there you go. More super chats coming in. Isabella, how are we doing? We've got about a minute and a half.
Yeah, I think actually, in fact, because so many came in so fast, I've got a feeling that the script we have running in the back has just essentially kind of crashed for a minute. So I was just making sure that Tim and Bjorn can very quickly help in and bring all of the super chats into the spreadsheet for us super quickly. But essentially, the super chats close in 2 minutes, please. We have so many, even though we've cut it through by 10 minutes.
Isabella with her crafty idea. Let's cut down the time, and then we'll be able to be more conservative on the time that we're using. But of course, everyone just shoves their stuff in earlier.
I know.
So yeah. But there you go. That is what it is. Right. This is the cue to hear the Music Radio Creative theme, and we have exactly 1 minute left right now to get your scripts in, and then they close for this week. Rounders Random Rants is asking, Zencaster? What's Zencaster? Yes, it's Zencaster without the E at the end, so Zencaster, and it's just something that helps you link up with a guest on the other side of the world and record both sides of the conversation. Great for remote audio right now in these changing times we're in. What's that on top of the cupboard behind you, Mike? On top of the cupboard behind me? What do you mean? Which thing? You got to let me know which thing. There's a lot of things behind me, but happy to help you with that, Dave, if you've got a specific question. What else have we got? William Jeffrey is already saying I need to try Zencaster. Yeah, so some good stuff. And Clean Feed if you need to do like an ISDN style link up with a producer. For those in the know who wouldn't know what ISDN is. And that's it. Script submissions are closed, Isabella.
That's it. No more scripts.
The end.
The end. The end, as our son would say. Yes, we've got plenty to get through, actually. I'm just on the free side of things. I think that we've got way over 90 there so far, and I don't know yet how many super chats came in, as Tim is I'm very grateful for the fact that he's currently trying to get them all in, but there is, I think, probably around 40, which is going to be really
That's crazy. That's why, Isabella, we have amazing moderators like Tim and Bjorn, who are really amazing.
Yes, we do indeed.
Really help.
So thank you, and thank you for all the regulars who always help in the chat, and I know Dag usually is there on it straight away. So thank you, and I know there are more, so please forgive me for not mentioning straight away. Dag straight away kind of comes into mind when thinking of community help. So there you go. So all really cool. We are very happy to be recording your script. So a lot of a few other things obviously I think are quite obvious, but I guess are worth to mention. So obviously I'm not going to Austin for South by Southwest since it's been cancelled. No. Mike is not going to Atlanta.
Not going to Atlanta anymore for VO Atlanta. That has been, actually, news just came out yesterday that it has been postponed till a later date to be announced. So, of course, I will be at VoiceOver Atlanta when they announce their new dates, and I very much look forward to it. And a lot of our speaking engagements have been pushed. There's a lot of other stuff that's either in the works or we haven't spoken about yet that I'm really excited to talk about, but not just yet, because it looks like we're going to have a good few weeks here on the Isle of Wight instead of traveling around the world, Isabella.
I know. So we've got plenty of really interesting. I mean, I'm super grateful. First of all, I'm super grateful for the fact that actually, if need be, we can continue as normal. As in, we can still come in every Friday, do the show. We can continue producing videos. We can continue making jingles. Everybody who works with us works from home office, which means they don't have to go and record anything else. So kind of the business as usual at Music Radio Creative, in the sense that if you do need help with something, do drop us a line. I know that a lot of our voice artists have already said that if there are any specific messages for businesses to help through, the change of business and in some way, just drop us a line. We can be a little bit more flexible on pricing for those specific instances where businesses are affected. So we want to help you out. So if there is anything you need, just let us know. Simply head on over to musicradiocreative.com. We've got an amazing team of people who are working as usual. So again, I just want to stress that we've got fantastic customer service, and they are all working from the comfort of their own home. So nothing is affected here, and we would love to make sure to support our immediate community however much we can, because I know not everybody is in that luxurious position. And if we can do something, then obviously we would love to.
No, absolutely. That's right. So it's so wonderful to see all the wonderful chat that's coming in all over the place. Just looking at the Facebook chat. We've got Nigel Kerr, who's in there, just recently commented. So lovely to see you there. Flying visit to let you know that I've not yet contracted the virus, and I'm not stockpiling toilet paper either.
Oh, that's a really, really bad move if you haven't stockpiled toilet paper. You've got to do it. It's like, this is the latest trend. It's like, that's what the whole world is doing. If you're not doing it, it's like, you kind of have to follow the trend.
Absolutely. Yes.
You do. Although I think that one other thing that people are stockpiling on is the antibacterial gel, which has been pretty much impossible to get anywhere here on the Isle of Wight. And I've been really, really grateful to a couple of friends who have shared their supplies with me. And I'm just like, I can't get it anywhere. So it's just interesting.
Absolute craziness. Right. Isabella, I suppose I better get over here. This, by the way, on the screen right now is our blog, so you can go in there and check out stuff. We're always putting free sound effects as well, like we've got vinyl and turntable sound effects there on the blog, how to repurpose your audio, and also a nice little blog about women in podcasting as well. International Women's Day was last week, wasn't it, a few days ago?
Yes,
so did you want to say anything about that?
Yes, absolutely. I think that it's encouraging to see that there are more women heading into the world of audio, and I don't think there will be a bigger advocate than me when it comes to encouraging young women to try and pursue the course of kind of getting interested in audio production and audio in general. I mean, I must say that probably for the last 2 years for me specifically have been an amazing journey, because obviously, despite of the fact that I've been working at Music Radio Creative for the past nearly a decade, I have not been actively producing, and I have taken an interest in it, and Mike has taught me a lot of really interesting stuff, and I feel so much.
Thank you.
So much kind of better for it, if that makes sense. There is just so much more that I can do, and I think that it's just not as complicated, as complex as it appears to be in some way to many women. And we are hugely trying to encourage, obviously, women to get into this field, because there are definitely not many of us, not enough at the moment. So
yeah, and just before I get into the production, actually, so William and Dave. First of all, William, why are you not using pop filters, particularly on the high-end mic? Actually, I do have one of these. Let me just lift it off here. Oh, there you go. So that kind of just protects it a little bit from all the spittle and things like that. And then Dave was actually asking about the thing on top of the shelf. He was talking about this thing, the thing with the lights on, the mixer. He's like, that's a weird place. That's a strange place to have a mixer, isn't it? And actually, it's kind of like a museum piece. And I was really, really fortunate, actually. It was late last year, actually. I was on eBay, and I was looking for that, by the way, is my very first mixer. The very first mixer I used as a teenager, and I got it from Tandy, which no longer exists here in the UK. It's kind of like Radio Shack, and I remember just salivating over the Tandy catalogue for so many years, thinking, I want that mixer, she will be mine, oh yes, she will be mine, Wayne's World reference there. And eventually one day for a birthday, I pulled the wrapping apart, and out came the realistic SSM 2200. She's a beauty, but of course probably wouldn't use her now unless I went down to the local town hall and did a DJ gig, something like that. But it's really, really cool, and it just brings me good memories. And I snapped it from eBay for 30 quid. So it's not too bad, is it? Nice. What do you think, Isabella? You into that?
You're a geek, and I'm not going to comment anymore. William is actually posting an interesting comment saying, I noticed that you don't use pop filters.
Yeah, I just picked up on that,
Yeah. Sorry. Was I not listening?
Yeah, well, I said we got kind of muff things instead.
Yeah, they're really good. They're like big socks. They're nice.
Yeah, so they do the job. And I don't know, everyone's different, but particularly because we live stream a lot, I don't want a big lollipop sort of shield in front of my face, because it's enough with this in front of my face, let alone I know it's not necessarily the best thing exposing my face here on the live stream, but that would kind of cover most of it.
Yeah, that's it. So that's really cool. So shall we get to recording?
Yeah, I think we should. So
we ought to get to recording. So
here we are.
Just to put everybody in the loop, we are going to first record all the super chats that came in, and then Mike will produce them, and then after that we will record all the other scripts. So don't worry if you don't hear your script recorded first. And then that will be it. And then after that, you will be able to have all of the files at mrc.fm/FJF.
Absolutely. Oh, wow. And this is fantastic, because I'm just reading that Renner's first mixer, he's watching on Facebook right now, Renner's first mixer was also a realistic mixer from Tandy. So I'm not the only one.
Not the only one.
Not the only one that had a realistic mixer. Right, here we go. I am recording. Check. Hello.
Oh, hang
the
on.
waveform is quiet. Talk loud.
I'm talking loud.
Okay, let's crack on. Let's get into this. We're doing super chats right now, and we're starting with me. This is a public announcement. The virus has reached the shores of Britain. Please do not panic. There ain't no Corona Verona getting in here tonight.
What are you reading? That's not the script.
I'm looking at Free Jingle Friday, free scripts.
Yeah, we are recording what? Free scripts?
Oh. Okay, we have so many spreadsheets now, I get confused.
I know, and for some reason they keep multiplying, and I've got a feeling it's to do with if this then that thing.
Okay, no worries. I think I've got it. Okay, all right. Okay, cool. Okay. Hang on. Right, here we go. More music variety all day. Local is our middle name. True Hit Radio.
It's you as well.
You're listening to the Beaumaris Secondary College Podcast, BSc Podcast.
And that's you as well.
I'm just going to do that one again. You're listening to the Beaumaris Secondary College Podcast, BSc Podcast. There's another one. Thank you for tuning in to Rounder's Random Rants. If you want to be on this show and rant randomly with Rounder, look for him on Facebook by visiting facebook.com/The Pirate Depot.
And the rest is for you as well. The next four.
Welcome to the Goldilocks Production Studio. Even though this call-in number is available 24/7, the switchboard officially opens 15 minutes prior to showtime. Please note that this call-in number is only for our podcasts and radio shows. View the schedule for all the upcoming shows on the Goldilocks Productions website, www.goldilocksproductionsct.com. Be sure to add this call-in number to your contacts, as this is the only call-in number for all of the Goldilocks Productions podcasts and radio shows. If you have any questions, suggestions, or testimonials, contact the show producer via email, goldilocksproductions@hotmail.com. Enjoy the upcoming scheduled broadcast.
It's you again.
Hello, Sebi. Welcome to the mid-morning show here on Capchuara Trinity Radio with DJ Vincent.
Less talk, more music.
Radio 251.
24/7. Online happiness. Keep smiling, keep listening to Forth Valley Radio, broadcasting from the land of Wallace and Bruce.
This is the Alternative 80s podcast, clean and sanitized for your protection. Another one. Raise a Little Weekend Country Cane on Blind Cafe Radio.
This is another extra long mix with Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
JFT Promotions for all your boxing needs. Another one. Catch the weekend beat on Blind Cafe Radio, the station that raises Cane. You are in the mix with DJ Randy Sting.
You are listening to the I Want to Speak to podcast with your host, Dr. Michael Milstead and William Jeffrey.
Get the latest information about the coronavirus on safetyfm.com. Oh, here's another one. Stop it! Stop it! Stop! DJP Ranks. Please play that track from the top.
£5.
The jingles on Rounder's Random Rants are provided and produced by Music Radio Creative, MRC.FM.
You are listening to Mike and Jess on Taka Radio, coming next on your hospital radio station.
This is the 80s at 8 on East Lancs Radio.
With the changes going on in the world, Safety FM will have their first virtual town hall with some of your favorite hosts. Listen on safetyfm.com and safetyfm.live.
Simply the best, live on air. It's DJ Black Shadow.
Here are some tips and guidance about the coronavirus from your favorite hosts at Safety FM.
Locked down, self-quarantined, still need to be in contact with your customers? Hogan Films Media is your source for webcast and meeting assistance. Contact Christopher Hogan today.
Alternative 80s is an SDR production. Jingles produced and provided by Music Radio Creative, MRC.FM.
Oh, that's so nice.
Very nice.
When you think about the 80s, think... When you think about the 80s, think Pop in the 80s on Live 365.
Crunchy FM. You will never know what... Actually, let's just play the jingle.
Mr. Clive. It's the big promo cast with Amber and Rich. Rich and Amber discuss marketing and branding with printed swag. Now, here's Amber and Rich.
Welcome to the In Isolation podcast.
Woo.
Ooh, so much coronavirus stuff in there.
That's really cool. I love it. I love the fact of Jingles. So
so are now the end of it all. We are here every week at musicradiocreative.com, and at the very bottom you can join the wave. There is a link where you can just leave your email. We send an email notification with a reminder every single week, and I know that's how majority of you remember to get in. We also send a link to save it to your calendar and all sorts of other things. So don't worry, you don't have to miss it. And we genuinely try to record as many as we can get through. So we are here to serve you and to help you as much as we can. And we do it in a good faith that it's done correctly. So
Absolutely. Right. Okay. I think I have a good amount of stuff all there and on my screen. So now I'm just going to move this along, cut this session up a little bit. And yes, the screen share appears to be working. Woohoo! Yeah.
We forgot about something.
Go on.
We forgot about track of the week, Mike.
Oh, well, you threw it all into disrepute. Because you said let's do 20 minutes before we get, and then oh my goodness,
and then it all went wrong.
This is actually the perfect point to drop the track, Isabella.
Oh, I know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh no, we nearly forgot. So
did anyone remind us, or did it just come to your head?
No, it just came to my head.
It's crazy because I'm used to the half past mark dropping something in.
No, I'm disappointed.
And so there we go. Okay, then. Yes, very, very good idea. Let's talk more about this. Actually, I'm really excited you reminded me, because I'm digging what essentially every track we play, it's a commercial piece of music. So it's either in the charts or it's pop music, or you can buy it or stream it on places like Spotify and Deezer and wherever else you get your streaming music from. And I'm an advocate for them, official advocate for Licked. That's Licked, LICKD. And actually we'll post our link in the chat, mrc.fm/licked. If you use that one and join right now, it doesn't cost you anything. You just connect your YouTube channel. Once you've done that, if you go ahead and license your first track, you need to license your first track, you will get it for free. So the idea is, what is Licked all about? What do they do? Well, hang on. First of all, let me just...
I thought you were asking me, and then you went into...
maybe I should ask you. Right. So this is the cool thing. All right. Let me just show them on the screen so anyone who wants to join up can do so. This is Licked. It's got a picture of Rick Astley. So this is the level, John Newman as well. World-class music is available via Licked. You can essentially license these tracks and use them in your YouTube videos. But not only that, you can get them on social media, so you can get them out on Facebook, Instagram stories, things like that. And it just brings a more professional sound, because instead of going to that stock music library you've been using the last year and a half, you can actually use some decent, well-known music, which is pretty unique in this industry. And the big deal here is that Licked are fighting the fight for us content creators right now, okay?
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a chicken and egg situation. The record, companies who license big artists like John Newman are saying, this is interesting. There might be something in these content creators. And then we're saying, well, we need to supply that demand. So we essentially need to join Licked, download a track, and then use it in a piece of content to show this is something we want. We want to be on the same level as commercial radio, as professional TV stations. And the only way we're going to get this is by using this service and showing to the record companies that there's demand there, and then Licked to do all the dirty work and the hard work of wrestling with music companies and getting this all worked out. So let me just show you, I know Isabella, you'll have something to say as well.
You actually let me talk.
But I just wanted to show you on the screen here exactly how my Licked account works. So I have an account, and the way you do it, so again, mrc.fm/licked. Bjorn has very kindly got that URL multiple times into the chat, which is very nice. Thank you for that. And Licked are actually in the chat, so you can actually...
They were like, we were not going to say anything, but...
So they will also answer, if you have questions about Licked, the chat on YouTube right now is the best place to ask them. But I just wanted to just show you around my account. So obviously, yes, on the front page, you can see the just added tracks here. You can scroll through them all. Then you've got music like I really wanted to use Hot Arrow, but it's not quite that time of year yet, so we're not going to use that one. Right Said Fred, I'm too sexy. It's so cool. So a really good catalogue of music. Is growing all the time, and the way they calculate how much you pay to license a track is how many average views do your videos get. So if you click in here, you can see here I get just over 4,000 average video views per video that I put out on my YouTube channel. And then they aggregate the views over your last 50 videos, and then I'm in the £6 per track, which is probably what most of you will be charged, unless you're like, Casey Neistat, Peter McKinnon, or Mr. Beast. And then they'll probably, it'll probably go up incrementally, but then you'll probably be making more money from your YouTube channel so you can afford it kind of thing. Anyway, that's just what I wanted to say. mrc.fm/licked. First track is on us. If you join up and license right away. Isabella, you want to say more?
I want to say more. Apparently, we have problem with audio. So I was trying to desperately say that apparently there is lots of stuttering and cutting, and audio is just not quite working.
Is that the stream or the audio, though?
I think it's just the audio. I've got a feeling the whole world is in isolation and everybody watches YouTube right now.
Oh.
What do you think?
I think that could very well be the case. Anyway, Let's talk more Licked. What else have you got to tell me about Licked?
Just wanted to add a couple of things. There is a wonderful testimonial there from Goldilocks Productions. Love Get Licked. They are very fast at clearing up any YouTube claims, and they're amazing. Highly recommend them. And
they are, actually.
I just would like to echo that. I think we should go into the track of the week. I
just want to say one thing before we roll straight in there and do the whole DJ thing and announce it. It's like... I don't think they sleep at Licked because, I've put out like videos and they get copyright claims occasionally, and then whenever I need help, they're always there. So I don't think they sleep.
Yeah, there you go. Well, they don't.
It's amazing.
They're superhumans. They only employ superhumans.
Yes,
you know?
That's right. Okay.
Didn't you know, Mike? Oh.
So we've chosen this track this week. Maybe you want to say a little bit about it because you're better at these things than me, Isabella. So go on, talk up the vocals if you can.
We actually chose this song.
Reese Lewis.
We kind of thought it reflects the current feeling in the world. So we are just like, it's a perfect song to do this on Free Jingle Friday today when the whole world is turning upside down, because you've got to remember that things will get better.
Yes, I want you to listen to the lyrics of the song. We would like you to listen to the lyrics of this song because it definitely has a positive message. So listen to the lyrics. That's the important thing. And go join Licked, mrc.fm/licked. We're only allowed to play this piece of commercial music on our live stream right now because Licked make it possible. Enjoy this. This is Reese Lewis, and it's called Better Than Today on MRC Live.
I don't read the headlines, and I don't watch the news, 'cause I lose faith in something every time I do. Well, I don't mean to bury my head in the sand, but I'm just trying to live this life as best as I can. Times get tough, but I don't give up, 'cause I know I'm not alone. 'Cause we're all reaching for something, we're all craving change, hoping tomorrow is better than today. And we're all searching for somewhere, trying to find a way, hoping tomorrow is better than today. Hoping tomorrow is better than today. It's not easy sleeping when I lay down in bed, 'cause I got all these worries running through my head. And it's hard to keep pushing forward when trouble pulls you back, and you wake up even further from a dream you had. Times get tough, but I don't give up, 'cause I know I'm not alone. 'Cause we're all reaching for something, and we're all craving change, hoping tomorrow is better than today. And we're all searching for somewhere, trying to find a way, hoping tomorrow is better than today. Hoping tomorrow is better. So just hold on when someone breaks you. Just hold on when fear shakes you. Just hold on when darkness takes you. Just hold on, 'cause we're all reaching for something, we're all craving change, hoping tomorrow is better than So let's keep searching for somewhere. We're gonna find a way to make tomorrow better than today. Let's 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 make tomorrow better than today.
Oh, is he?
Oh, it's such a good song.
I don't know what to say about that one. Reese Lewis.
It's such a good song.
Reese Lewis. Better than today.
Yeah.
If you got no better track to license this week, and this is your first week hearing about Licked,
Yep.
mrc.fm/Licked, go license that track, because I think that's phenomenal. And as many of you said in the chat, actually, no song is more appropriate right now with what the world, and let's face it, we're all in this together right now.
Together indeed.
What we're actually going through right now. So I have
I know.
my iPhone lighter up as well at the end as well.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that track, Is?
I think it's absolutely amazing, and I think it's just that kind of little bit of hope out in the air. It's like, the world has gone through so much worse than this. I mean, in honesty, in the evenings come, and it's like Mike and I sit down in our living room, and that is all we talk about. And I'm sure it's the same for you, because it's like the whole world talks about it. It's like, it's almost kind of like a mini shock for everybody. Like, we are all kind of shaken to the ground, and we're just like, so what on earth are we supposed to do with ourselves now? We know this safe world. We know everything is just working fine. We've got this awesome technology around. The whole systems operate just great. We there are no major wars around.
Absolutely.
No bombs are dropping, and all of a sudden this drops, and we're just like, so hang on, what are we supposed to do now?
Crazy situation. I just wanted to say, by the way, as well, a bit more about Reese Lewis. We just played that track thanks to Licked. So Reese Lewis's debut album is coming out on the 24th of April, if you really like his music. Yeah. And actually, I've been streaming a ton of his music since earlier in the week. We decided that Reese Lewis was going to be our track of the week this week. Yeah. And so I've been streaming a lot of his music. He's very, very good, by the way. Debut album out towards the end of April. And I've just been looking at his Instagram, actually. It's let's see if I can pop it up on the screen here for you. That's Reese Lewis on Instagram, Reese Lewis Music. He's got some really cool videos of him recording in the studio and stuff. And I noticed he's got a bit of a tour in the UK. He's doing Southampton at the end of the month and Oxford. And this is what I'm thinking.
He's not.
No, but I'm really feeling for people like this. People whose income, like Reese Lewis and a lot of other musicians who actually, a lot of their money and their income actually comes from touring. So my heart's going out to anyone who's working in music right now.
My heart is going out to everyone, because actually, let's just face it, unless you are making toilet paper or
hand sanitizers,
you are going to be affected. Your bottom line will be affected. It's like we can't escape this. I mean, just think of all the industries like restaurants, hotels, airlines, all of this is just absolutely mental. So my heart goes to everybody. And I think that this, just as you said, it just makes us all realize that we are all in this together. We are all connected. However, we can't sort of put this into different compartments and say it's just all of us. So, but moving on from there, I think it's time to make some awesome jingles.
Adobe Audition. Yay. Here we are, and let's get started on the super chat jingles. So let's see what we got here. Let's fade up my audio. Okay, let's crack on. Let's get into this. We're doing super chats. Oh, okay. Getting in here tonight. Where are we going from? This is a public announcement.
No,
that was the wrong one, wasn't it? Hang on.
One, yeah.
I'm looking at Friggy. Okay. It had a little bit of a discussion. Okay, no worries, I think. Oh, yeah, and it's where I started clapping. All right. That is the start of our session. Got it. Okay. So a lot of those first initial jingles were me, so I'm just going to chop that whole section off and pull it on over, and we'll get started on this. Make some really cool jingles. Zoom out a little bit. Let's start with Voice Vintage over there. And let's just pull this over like that. All right, let's see what we can do and what we can make. So let's bring some of this stuff in. I see there's a few old automation lines on there. Let's get rid of those from Audition. There we go. Okie dokies. Right, so here we are then with the introduction here.
More music variety.
More music.
More music variety.
More music variety. And then we're probably going to double that up a little bit. So we're going to do this.
All day.
Local is our middle name. And then we need a little impact. By the way, I don't want to say too much at the moment.
Yeah.
But with the whole isolation and lockdown thingy going on at the moment, I'm thinking maybe we should just do some more live streams. What do you reckon about that? Just for those people who are sort of, isolated, quarantined or whatever.
Yeah, we will do.
Looking
I
for
said
stuff
that at
to
the
watch.
beginning, didn't I?
Looking for some hope, yeah. So. Local is our middle name. True Hit. And then True Hit Radio has to go up there.
True Hit Radio.
Okay, that's cool. Let's get on to the next one. And that will give us a chance to deep dive. And if you're up for that, by the way, let us know in the chat if you're up for a few more live streams. And what we might do is, we can do them different days of the week. We can try and keep it the same time as this one. So I'm thinking kind of like, UK time. We're talking here 1 in the afternoon. So that's morning time for you over in North America, South America, and evenings in India and late night in Australia. That seems to work the best. And we can maybe fling open the phone lines and stuff like that.
You're listening to the Beaumaris Secondary College podcast.
And I did a retake on that one. Don't worry, I'm not going to use that effect.
You're listening to the
I know you really don't like that effect.
I really don't like
There's some of the effects in my presets that you really don't like. You're like, Mike, never use that.
Yeah.
Never use that effect. Ever.
I'm just going to do that one again.
Just going to do that one again.
All right.
Right, here we go.
You're listening to the Beaumaris Secondary College podcast.
Right, that needs to, if we're going to have that tone in the background, we need to do something like this.
You're listening to the Beaumaris Secondary College podcast.
That's going to be like a vintagey sound thing there, and then we're going to have... Oh, that's a bit harsh. Oh, no, I don't like that. That'll be cool. And then we'll get out using that sound. Pull that over there, and we'll do a little chop over here, and we'll sound like this.
BSC podcast.
Oh, okay.
BSC podcast.
Let's see if we can be clever here, or we might be trying to be too clever, but let's try.
BSC podcast.
Not sure. Hang on. Let's try something different.
BSC podcast.
Pretty good. Okay. On to the next one. Let's pull this one over. Over we go. Down here. And we're going to pull in this. Right. We'll use that, but we're also going to use this. And this. And potentially we're going to get some music in here as well. What we got here? Let's just see how this works. That sounds like Blink 182, doesn't it? Or who sang "Hey Now, You're an All-Star"? Can anyone let me know? It sounds like that band, doesn't it? Who sung "Hey Now, You're an All-Star"?
I know that song. Even I know that song.
That one. Who sung that? Oh my goodness, it's on the tip of my tongue. Hey Now, You're an All-Star.
Thank you for tuning in to Rounders Random Rants.
Okay, this is where I need to go in. Hey Now, You're an All-Star. That's the thing. When you get a song in your head, I'm gonna have Better Than Today in my head. Let's make tomorrow.
Just random rants.
And then we need to push that up here. Smash Mouth. Of course it was Smash Mouth. Thank you, 79 Remat. That's a track we need on Licked, isn't it?
There you go. That would be awesome.
Hey Now, You're an All-Star. Yes.
If you want to be on this show. If you want to be on...
Oh, Dave says Sum 41. I know what you mean. Sum 41 are of that genre. Actually, it is. I was having this like a complete thing. So, I use Spotify quite a lot. We have the family plan, and I stream it a lot. But what I like to do is go down a rabbit hole. And so there are two types of music that I quite like from my kind of era, my youth era, which would be like the late 90s to noughties kind of thing like that. So we're talking about I either like kind of that modern indie rock or the dancey, trancey house music. And I find it has a great suggest thing. So the other day I was making this playlist and I found Blink 182 and then I found like Feeder and then I found the Stereophonics and I was just going down this whole rabbit hole of all this cool stuff. And it was the first time I backpacked around Australia and I was like, oh, all this great music is back again. Green Day, stuff like that. And the auto-suggesting on this stuff is amazing. And then just the other week I was driving along and I said, hey G, Mighty G, play Silence by Delirium. I don't know, does anyone remember let me know in the chat if you remember Silence by Delirium, but it's an absolute tune. And I put it on, and then some automatic algorithm started playing me other tunes that I would like, which were all bang on. And I was like, how does Spotify know me so well? So after Delirium, Silence came on Put 'em High by Stonebridge. Now, does anyone remember Stonebridge and Put 'em High? Again, let me know in the chat if you did. That, again, is another tune. I'm just like, I'm going down this whole thing of like, and I wish I could just like capture all of these tunes and like playlist them somehow, but I don't seem to find the time to do that. But then Spotify and these other streaming services seem to do it so well. I'm like, that's a tune, that's a tune, that's a tune. I remember that one. Do you ever get that, Iz?
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you mean. It is really good, actually. The algorithm is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but come on, focus on what job to be done.
There you go. Tim is really excited about the Stereophonics. Which song do you remember by the Stereophonics, which is your favourite song? Remember, I used to work at a rock radio station in Manchester, and I got to meet the Stereophonics there. They're all very, very nice people. Right, let's crack on with this.
Rant. If you want to be on this show and rant randomly with Rounder.
And that's where we're going to need to place something in there. What else have we got here? Sound effects. Let's get a crowd in here. Yes, the Hampshire studio knows exactly what I'm talking about. Amazing track, Silence, featuring Sarah McLachlan, of course. And Stonebridge as well. Oh, Lasco something. Oh my goodness, have you got a pen and like paper? I need to literally. I need to be writing this playlist down. Can you just, can you, as you're doing nothing there but like looking at conversations, can you just grab this notepad? Just grab that notepad there. Okay. You take it. Got it. And then. You got a pen, and like any tunes that people mention in the chat, can you write them down? And we should do some kind of collaborative Spotify playlist, because I'm sure you watching this video right now, I'm sure you and I have very similar music tastes. Would you agree with that, Iz?
Yes.
And we could get like a MRC Mr. Clive playlist going on, couldn't we? We should do something like that.
Yeah.
It'd be fun, really fun. So yes, anything along those themes would be nice.
Rounder.
Oh. What did I do there? That was weird. Got all distracted now. Oh, yeah. Okay, so it's going to go here.
Rounder. Look for him on Facebook.
Okay, so this is where we're going to pull that down there.
With Rounder. Look for him. With Rounder. Look for him on Facebook.
There we go.
Look for him on Facebook by visiting.
Don't write down Barbie Girl, though. No. Don't write that one down.
Look for him on Facebook by visiting Facebook.
All right, that's where we need to do this.
Facebook.com/.
And then that's going in. That's going in here. And that's coming in there.
.com/The Pirate Depot.
Oh, Castles in the Air, wasn't it? Castles in the Sky by Ian Van Dahl. Now that's a tune and a half. You can write down Castles in the Sky. Okay. That was Please Tell Me Why. Yeah, and
I feel like your personal assistant right now.
That's it. Or just grab and copy and paste the comments, because this is gold dust at the moment going on in the chat. What's the other one? I got another one. Oh my goodness! No, hang on. Who remembers the South Side Spinners and Love Struck? Who remembers that one? Do you remember that one?
Nope.
Oh my goodness, that's a tune and a half. Anyway, let's crack on with the next jingle here.
Yeah, crack on.
We're getting so. Oh my goodness. Was that someone mentioning Fats and Small? Fats and Small. You got to write down Fats and Small. Fats and Small.
How do you spell that?
PHATS. Fats and Small. Fats and Small. Didn't they do? Gotta turn around. Didn't they do that one? Yeah.
Mikey, focus on producing.
How can I focus when people are dropping like tunages in the chat all the time? It's so difficult today. I'm getting very easily distracted.
Yes, I know, but people want jingles. That's what we are here for.
Jingles. Yes, Love Struck. That's really nice. Anton says saving my dollars for the presets, which I'm using on the screen. Maybe as you want to talk about what presets are.
Yes, those are the amazing. Essentially template you can see Mike is using right now. So if you would like to produce either super fast, or if you are not a very confident producer and you would like to learn how to be one, then they are for you. Head on over to mrc.fm/presets. They are available there. The ones that Mike is using right now are called the Adobe Audition presets.
Or even if you are a confident producer, but you just want to check your workflow.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Goldilocks Production Studio. Even though this calling number is...
let's shake that there.
Even though this call-in number is available 24/7, the switchboard officially...
Oh, that was nice. Let's...
Even though this call-in number is available 24/7, the switchboard officially opens 15 minutes prior to showtime.
That's it, and that's
Showtime.
That would actually be a very nice ending if I can just move that up there and put a bit of false reverb there.
Please note that this...
Okay, and then we got the next jingle coming up here. Let's move these over here.
CT.com.
So let's move this here. And let's bring this in here.
Please note that this call-in number...
You don't like that.
Please note that this call-in... Please note that this... Please note that this call-in number is only for our podcasts and radio shows. Radio shows. View the schedule. View the schedule for all the upcoming shows on the Goldilocks Productions. On the Goldilocks
Let's zoom in on this and cut.
shows on the Goldilocks. Shows on the Goldilocks Productions website. www.goldillocksproductions.ct.com.
And then we're going on to this one.
Be sure to add this call-in number to your contacts, as this is the only call-in number for all of the...
Right, we need some phone here. Phone sound effects. Phone.
Be sure to add this call-in number to your contacts,
And then bring that over here.
as this is the only call-in number for all of the Goldilocks Productions podcasts.
Let's do that. Are you playing some audio, Is?
No, but yeah, I'm trying to sort of turn something off because yeah.
No
Is
worries.
the only call-in number for all of the Goldilocks Productions podcasts and radio
And then and radio shows needs a big finish there.
shows.
And then over here we got this.
If you have any questions, suggestions, or testimonials, contact the show producer.
Right, let's pull this in here. And that's going to be here.
Or testimonials, contact the show producer.
Right, and that's going to come in like this.
Contact the show producer via email. GoldilocksProductions@hotmail.com.
And then wrapping up with... Pop that in there.
Enjoy the upcoming scheduled broadcast.
And then we got this one over here.
Hello, Sebi. Welcome to the mid-morning show here on Capchuara Twitter. Here on
It was a challenging one for sure.
here.
I like the challenging ones. There we go. Let's pull that over here and get... Oh, no, not that one. Let's get that one in.
Hello, Sebi. Welcome to the mid-morning show here on Capchuara Trinity Radio.
And then this one is going to go up the end here. Just going to move that up. Oh, right hotkey, of course.
Trinity Radio with DJ Vincent.
All right, let's move on to some Isabella over here, shall we?
Let's talk more music. You are a man in demand today.
This is a joint one. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
Let's pull this one over here and do that. Back to my media browser, and we're going to look at what we got here. Ooh, okay. So that could work out quite well. Let's pop that in and see how that works.
Let's talk more music.
Let's talk more music.
Music.
Radio 251. 5-1.
And then you come in at the end and you say this.
24/7. 24/7.
Is there supposed to be more there? Oh no,
Yeah,
I think you
there
just
is.
paused. 24/7. And we'll put a different effect on it to make it stand out nicely.
7. Online happiness. 7. Online happiness.
It's a nice overlap there. And then we'll move to this one, which is going to come down over here. And pop that up there. That's quite a nice little effect. And we'll also bring a whoosh in. Or maybe a whoosh like that. Yeah, perfect.
Keep smiling. Keep smiling.
Now that obviously has to sound like this. Dun, dun, dun. There we go.
Keep smiling. Keep listening to Fourth Valley.
All right, let's just alternate this a little bit.
Keep listening to Fourth Valley Radio. Broadcasting from the...
I do like the way that the boom goes on radio. Boom. And then we just need a... No, we use that one. Something like that.
Radio. Broadcasting.
And that would be broadcasting from...
I like that.
Yeah. There we go. You see, the thing is, once you've got a few sound effects and, basic presets that you can set up yourself, by the way, to work with, it's very easy to come up with ideas on the fly like this.
Broadcasting from the land of Wallace and Bruce.
Broadcasting. And if you're looking for sound effects, all the sound effects we use are actually music radio creative sound effects.
Yay! Yes, we've got plenty, actually. Very, very much plenty. Head on over to mrc.fm/SFX. That's essentially where you will find them. But also, if you would like to get some freebies, we send them
freebies
every other week. Make sure to go to musicradiocreative.com and just subscribe by joining the wave. There is at the bottom of every page. You can do that. And we send really, really awesome freebies.
We do. We're not ashamed to admit it either.
We are not ashamed to admit it at all because it's really good stuff. So, yeah, join the wave.
Oh my goodness, we're talking about old school tunes that you remember from back in the day. Who remembers It's My Turn by Angelic? Do you remember It's My Turn by Angelic?
I don't think so.
Isabella, you missed out on the late 90s, early noughties club scene. Really?
Yeah, clearly.
Dramatically.
Well, bear in mind, I grew up in Poland, so,
Where were you when Ibiza was kicking off?
We had disco polo.
Yeah, maybe we should play some of that. I wonder whether the Licks can license some disco polo.
No, I don't think they should. Frankly, no, I don't think that they should.
Shouldn't be the top priority.
No, I think nobody will miss out much by doing it.
All right, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah.
Right, let's go back to Adobe Audition and bring in this stuff here. Talking about disco polo, it reminded me, because I obviously, you have introduced me to disco polo before. It reminded me very much of it. I got to see on YouTube this morning the Russian entry to the Eurovision Song Contest.
Oh my gosh, it's absolutely hilarious.
They are having a laugh, aren't they?
That's hilarious.
Are they having a laugh, Russia,
Seriously.
this year?
Well,
they always have a laugh. Sometimes they're serious, though. Sometimes they're like, what was the one where the guy came on and said, thunder and lightning, it's getting exciting. That was a very serious
It's like Mr. Clive singing it, but yeah.
Thunder and lightning, it's getting exciting. That was a very serious Russian entry. This year, the entry to the Eurovision Song Contest from Russia is not serious at all, right?
No. Well, I like that. I think it's very Eurovision, so yeah.
Yes.
We've got a lot of our favorites already. I do like Irish entry, although she apparently can't sing live, which is a worry, but the song is amazing. I love it.
Yes.
I also really like Denmark.
Oh, yeah.
I also like, I think it's Hungary that has this really nice song as well. So, yeah, it's quite a lot of really good stuff out there at the moment.
Absolutely. Oh, this is interesting. KWS Radio are posting in the chat. And it just reminded me of Please Don't Go by KWS. It's a little coincidence there. And Calo actually is rightly saying, licensing a track does not give you the copyright of a song. Please tell YouTube, etc. And yeah, it's a very important distinction to make, I guess, Isabella.
Yeah.
Just because you've licensed a track via a service like Licked, who've allowed you to use a piece of commercial music, doesn't mean that you now own the copyright and you can kind of do what you like. You do need to read the terms and conditions. They're there are certain places you can use it and certain places you cannot. So, for instance, you can use it on your YouTube channel in one video, but you couldn't go and take that song and say, do a radio show and play it, perpetually in your radio show. That's, you do need to definitely read about what you're doing there. But, mrc.fm/licked. Go over and check it out. It is designed to help you license the track to use in one piece of content you create. And each piece of content is a new creation, right? Essentially, that's how us content creators work, Isabella, isn't it?
Yep, absolutely.
Okay. Right, yeah, Little Big Uno is the track. Thank you, Dave, for posting there. Okay. Right, let's get back down to it over here.
This is the Alternative 80s podcast, clean and sanitized for your protection.
Do you like that effect?
I do like the script for that.
Should I do the clean and sanitized bit in the robot voice?
Yeah, you should do, actually.
Clean and sanitized for your protection. So we'll just cut this in a little bit around here, and we'll do something like this.
This is the Alternative 80s podcast.
And then we're going to chop that in like that.
Podcast. Clean and sanitized.
Hang on, a bit space.
Podcast. Clean and sanitized. Podcast. Clean and...
Maybe a little bit too late.
Podcast. Clean and... Podcast. Clean and sanitized for your protection.
That's nice.
Raise a little weekend country cane.
All right, that's enough now. What have we got here? Turntable. That's interesting.
Raise a little weekend country cane.
And then we'll whack it down.
Country cane.
Too early.
Country cane.
Still too early.
Country cane. On.
That's going up there.
On blind.
No, too much.
On Blind Cafe Radio.
Thank you, Blind Cafe Radio. Always love doing stuff for you. You have the coolest radio station slogan I know about. The station that raises cane. In a Mr. Clive voice. Let's see here. By the way, in these times, potentially in the coming weeks where we have more time to consume online content, I know a lot of you watching right now, you have either a podcast or an internet station of some kind. Would you like to let us know in the chat now the name of your online station or of your podcast? And maybe over the coming days, also Isabella and others out there in the community who are tuned into this stream now can go and check you out. Obviously, YouTube doesn't allow you to post links, but if you at least just say, hey, my name's Peter and I host this podcast, we can then go and use our favorite search engine to find you over the weekend.
Yeah.
That's what I'd like to encourage you to do that. Because the likelihood is, if you're doing something cool out there online, there'll be others in this wonderful community that come in, week out, that will also be interested in what you're doing.
Absolutely.
This is another extra long mix.
And actually, High Low Radio's just posted. I see actually a lot of people, very coincidentally, actually have the same username as their station or podcast, which is helpful. So let's bring this in. All right, I'm going to cut that there.
Is another extra long mix with Kenny on...
With Kenny, beep beep.
Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
And then that obviously needs to go up there.
With Kenny on...
Bit there.
With Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
Yeah, and if you do post something, I see a lot of you posting your station name in there or whatever. If you could just say a little bit about what it is you do, so don't just say I'm from Heart Radio. Just say I'm from Heart Radio, where we play the best music from the 70s, and our unique thing about Heart Radio, the reason you should listen to it, is because we play 70s music that you might not have heard before. Something like that. Just then, for myself and others, will know why we should be checking you out, right, Isabella?
Absolutely, yes. And that would be really nice. Yeah, just give us a reason to, what's unique about it.
To be curious.
What's USP?
Yes, exactly. USP. That's it. Very good. Right. Still going through these at a rate of knots, these super chats. And we'll get onto those free scripts.
Getting there. Getting through it.
For all your boxing needs.
Right. Let's bring this in here. Some brilliant comments coming in. I always love seeing what you're up to. So actually getting this in the chat is amazing to see.
That's nice.
JFT Promotions.
Let's bring that. And if you're not doing anything like, online radio or podcasting, or you're not a DJ or whatever, let us know what it is you are doing and why you're here for Free Jingle Friday. Because, it never fails to surprise me, the kind of people who need audio.
Boxing needs.
So, there we go.
Catch the weekend beat.
Right, let's move this over here. Ooh, that's nice. I wonder if that'll work. Let's move that out. Really good posts continuing to emerge there.
Very good. It's nice
In the
for the
chat.
community to exchange,
Catch the weekend beat on Blind Cafe Radio.
And then we need a
Radio, the station that raises
cane.
is cane.
Like that. Cane.
You are in the mix with DJ Randy Sting. You are in the mix.
You are in the mix.
You are in the mix. In the mix. You are in the mix. In the mix. You are in the mix. In the mix. With DJ Randy Sting.
Nice. Okay. Still following on here with more to come. Let's bring this one down here and see what we got.
To podcast with your host.
Oh, this sounds good. This is a podcast. Okay, let's bring this in. Lovely.
You are listening to the I Want to Speak to podcast with. You are listening to the I Want to.
Little pause then. Let's move that out. Let's tighten that up a bit.
The I Want to Speak to podcast.
It's kind of like inconvenient time for it to smash there, so let's extend it out a bit.
The I Want to Speak to podcast with your host.
With your host has to be EQ'd, so we'll pull that up here. With your host, and then that goes there.
With your host, Dr. Michael Mill.
Pull it out a bit.
With your host, Dr.
Down a bit.
With your host, Dr. Michael Milstead. With your host, Dr. Michael Milstead. Dr.
Yeah, we need to... Actually, yeah, Tim is saying that my station's getting closer. We're going to be doing a jingle package soon.
Host, Dr. Michael Milstead and William Jeffrey.
Cool. That's really cool, Tim. Nice to see that. Right, let's keep on going here. As you can see, this is becoming a bit of a mighty session again.
Yay.
Always like those.
Get the latest information about the coronavirus on safetyfm.com.
What have we got here?
£5. It was just £5.
£5. £5, everyone. £5.
Maybe I should have done it like
£5
£5 and going gone.
£5. £5. Hand sanitizer. £5 a squirt. £5. £5.
That's it. £5 a square. That's the one.
That is it, isn't it? Right, let's bring this in down here and zoom in. And that's all. What's this?
Oh, here's another one.
Here's another one, indeed. Let's move that over there. So this is coming in around here.
Get the latest information about the coronavirus.
And then we need to go serious here. So that's going to pull up like that.
On safety.
Let's play it.
On safetyfm.com.
Nice. Nice and serious, nice and easy. Works. Oh, we should save my session. Right, save my session there. Saving everything out. Saving. Saved. Okay. Always good to save your multi-track session. especially when you get so far.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop! DJ.
Oh, I know what I can do to pull that out a little bit. We'll just make the stop. We'll do a bit of time stretch on that.
Stop! DJ. Stop! DJ B Ranks.
DJ P Ranks coming in here.
£5.
For it. £5. Right, let's go. More. I could say, a lot of people. That's what I love about doing this, is we always notice that every week, even though we do regular ones and we really appreciate the regular support, there are always new people hopping in, trying this thing out, which is so cool.
The jingles on Rounder's Random Rants are provided and produced by Music Radio Creative.
And we need a little...
Creative MRC. Creative MRC.fm.
Something like that. And then we're going to zoom. Whoa. Oh, I did a funny zoom there. Hang on. Zoom in on this. And we'll take this and this. Pull this down here. Right, this is coming over. Whoa. Too far. All right, this is going in here and this is going in here. So we're going to do cut. Cut. Oh, no. Not in the middle of the word. Cut. Like that. Come on. Cut. That's it. Cut. We'll get this. That's it. For those of you just tuning in, we are making jingles on Free Jingle Friday. A lot of people tuned in and submitted their scripts, and now we're producing those scripts.
You are listening to Mike and Jess on Taka Radio.
And then, of course, we need a little visual.
Radio. Coming next on your hospital radio station.
So nice up next kind of thing. And then we've got another one here, which is going to be like this. I love sound effects like that.
Such a mic.
This is the 80s at 8 on East Lancs Radio.
We need to do a little cross there, and it's going to be sounding like this.
80s at 8.
Like
80s at 8 on East Lancs Radio.
I can see you're chatting with Caddo there. Caddo is always one for the jokes of the moment.
I know.
I always love to see what Caddo has to add to the conversation. It's always makes me smile. Right, let's move this in. I'm smiling now and I haven't even read it. I just know he's probably saying something hilarious. Right, what are we going to use here? Explosion. Let's bring this in. So nice to see so many of you still posting about your shows, like Surfing Trucker there.
With the changes going on in the world.
And then we're going to need more stuff, so let's actually go back and take a look at the music here.
On in the world, Safety F.
Changes going on in the world.
Safety FM.
A little bit of a pad there, so let's pull this. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's move that up there.
Safety FM will have the first virtual town hall with some of your favorite hosts. Listen on Safety FM.
Let's make that a bit more fluid.
Safety FM will have the first.
We need to time stretch that because you're going to go first, and we need to.
Oh, come on!
Make
Don't
that
laugh
bit.
at me.
Make that first. But these are the tricks of editing. You see, we can take something a voice artist does and make it sound even better. Here we go.
The first virtual town.
See, that's much better. Have their first virtual rather than have their first. We just time stretch it.
The first virtual town hall.
And it just flows better, see? So that's the magic of editing.
With some of your favorite hosts.
And then we need this in here.
Hosts, listen on, safe.
Listen on.
Hosts, listen on, safe.
And then we need to do the blep thing there. We need to capitalize on that. Something like this.
On safetyfm.com and safetyfm.live.
Oh, it would have been brilliant if it was just ending on safetyfm.com, but no worries. I can add that in there.
.com and safetyfm.live.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Happy with that?
Happy.
Sure? Mm-hmm. Yeah? Happy with the way I'm manipulating and changing your voice?
We're good.
Good. Okay.
Simply the best. Live on air. It's DJ Black Shadow.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let's pull this in over here. This in over here. This in over here. We've got a few little cuts to play with. That's going to go there. That's going to go there. So what are we going to use here? We're going to use this one.
Simply the best. Live on air. It's DJ Black Shadow.
Okay, we need to do...
On air. It's DJ Black Shadow.
And then Black Shadow should be repeated around here.
Oh, Shadow.
Black Shadow, Black Shadow.
Oh, Black Shadow.
Okay, and we need to obviously move that in, turn it down, maybe even stretch it a bit.
Oh, Black Shadow.
A bit more.
Oh, Black Shadow.
Perfect. And then this one's going here.
Here are some tips, guidance. Here are some tips.
Okay, so we're starting from there, and this is coming up here.
Here are some tips and guidance about the coronavirus.
And then we're going to need to edit right there. Thank you for all these super relevant scripts right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
From your favorite host, coronavirus. From your favorite hosts.
From your favorite hosts.
At Safety FM.
And then this is going down here.
At Safety FM.
That's the one.
From your favorite hosts at Safety FM.
Then we got this.
Locked down.
No, not that one. Not that one either. Let's pull this into the mix around about here.
Locked down. Self-quarantined. Locked down. Self-quarantined.
And then that's coming in like this, up here. Whoops, not too high.
Still need to be in contact with your customers.
And we are going to move towards the end here. And then we're going to just chop that in like that. So you won't even notice.
Your customers. Hogan Films Media. Your customers. Hogan Films Media.
Okay, we definitely need to edit a bit more.
Hogan Films Media is your source for webcast and meeting assistance. Contact.
And then finally, the big call to action.
Contact Christopher Hogan today.
Perfect. And then we're moving on, nearly there at the end.
Alternative 80s is an S.
Oh, alternative 80s. Maybe, just maybe, if I can find it on my hard disk, I can bring in some kind of stager from the 80s retro pack that we featured last week during our 80s stream. Let's bring this in.
Alternative 80s.
Alternative 80s. This is going to sound very 80s because it's from our latest production library, Production Library 11, which is also called Retro 80s.
Alternative 80s is an SDR production.
And actually we can go on the 80s and we can just like loop that a couple of times just to make it sound good. Let's actually bring that down there and actually maybe move that over there.
80s.
Oh, not on the beat yet.
80s.
Alternative 80s. Okay, bring that in a bit.
Alternative 80s is an SDR production.
Bit tighter.
Alternative 80s is an SDR production.
And And then we just move this in here.
Jingles produced. Jingles produced.
Whoops.
Jingles produced and provided by Music Radio Creative.
And then we just need the MRC.
MRC.fm.
Very cool. All right. Let's keep going. Gosh, we're nearly there.
That's so nice. When you think about the 80s, think...
Not quite.
Okay. When you think about the 80s...
Let's just see what we got, what we're playing with here.
Now, here's Amber and Rich.
Welcome to...
All right, so we've got 4 more to do. And then we're into those free jingles. Thank you for joining us on this live stream where we are producing the jingles that were submitted earlier on in the stream. Again, I'm going to bring in one of our stages from our all 80s sound effect pack. Isabella, what's the URL if you want to grab any of the sound effects we're using here?
Is it all the 80s one, the one you
Just
are...
anything. mrc.fm/SFX.
Yep, that's it.
Easy.
When you think about the 80s, think Hop in the 80s.
Think.
Hop in the 80s. Online.
And yes, we're having a kind of bit of an 80s hangover, really, in a way, from last
I know,
week.
since last week.
Because you obviously clearly loved the 80s theme so much, we're producing 80s jingles again.
80s on Live 365.
There we go, very 80s. That's kind of what I'm guessing you want there.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. You are listening to...
It's quite a nice pre-produced thing.
Crunchy FM. You will.
So we can put that at the start of your Crunchy jingle.
Crunchy FM. Crunchy FM.
Crunchy FM.
You will never know what. Actually.
And then we just need to EQ
Nice.
you up
That's
there.
really good.
Of course, it's really good.
Actually, let's just play the jingle.
That's the one, and that's how it ends right there.
Just play the jingle.
All right. Now we've got 2 more jingles to make on this Free Jingle Friday, and then we're going to do some voiceovers. And just to forward promote it, we're going to have an Ask Me Anything with Isabella coming up in around 5 minutes from now. So get ready to ask
get
your
ready.
questions in the
Nice.
chat.
I
Isabella
love
kind of
that.
likes, let's make this a regular
Love
feature,
it.
shall we?
I love it. Ask me anything.
Ask Me Anything. So you can ask Isabella anything.
Ask me anything from, just whatever you want to know.
Anything.
I'm here. Just ask
Life,
me
business,
anything.
politics, diet, whatever it is.
Woohoo.
Yes, go for it.
The big promo cast with Amber and Rich. Rich and Amber discuss.
Yeah.
All right, let's bring in Mr. Clive.
It's the big promo cast with Amber and Rich. Rich and Amber.
Let's bring that up one.
Rich and Amber discuss marketing and branding with printed swag.
Yes. Bring that in there.
Marketing and branding with printed swag. Now, here's Amber and Rich.
It's quite a nice ending there, and we're just going to move that up there.
Oh, here's Amber and Rich.
There we go. And finally, that's 15 minutes of jingles, by the way, today. We've done.
Welcome to the In Isolation podcast.
Nice and
Yeah, the
simple
Mystic
there.
Wolf is asking, is he actually going to give you the full 5 minutes this time? You see, this is a very good question, right?
Let's wait and see.
Yeah, he says one thing, but does another thing. So, yeah, there you go. So, yes, get your questions in, guys.
Indeed, because it's now or never.
Welcome to the In Isolation podcast.
Nice. Really
And
like
then
it.
we'll have the final thing here that will kick out.
Podcast.
Perfect. And that is what
That's
I call
a WAP.
a multi-track session. That's a WAP.
That's a WAP.
So saving the multi-track, I'm actually going to start it mixing down now while I leave you, Isabella, over there to answer some questions. Just have some fun in the chat because you love doing stuff like that. So over to you, Isabella.
I love that stuff. Yay, it's Isabella time. Woohoo. So I hope you enjoyed Mike's awesome production efforts here. He's managed to actually, if you want to know the exact numbers, he's managed to get in 32 jingles in this time. So it's quite a good quite a good effort, I think. So we've got more to record. Don't worry. If you are new to the show and you want to know what's happening next, so in just a second, we're going to record all the other free jingles that you have submitted since we started the show. So I can see we've got quite a few on the list there from you. So we've looked through them, reviewed them, and make sure that you are we're going to be good to record them. So get some questions coming in, guys, before he comes back. You see, this is our moment. You can ask anything, so it's not going through Mike's filter. So you can ask any questions you have. So the Mystic Wolf says, I dare you and Mike Russell to be a guest on my radio show. We would love to. Send us the details through. If we have availability, then we will try. I hope you won't be brutal to us. I hope by saying that I dare you, it doesn't mean that I'm saying yes to something absolutely strange and silly and I don't know what else. So but send the details. But I'm saying preemptively yes. Bjorn is asking what's happening to Audio Unicorn. I haven't had lots of time recently, so I haven't been able to record much. But I'm hoping this will change soon. Since we are all going to be confined to our houses, let's just face this. I may have lots of time to record new videos on Audio Unicorn, so watch this space. Some new videos could be coming, and if you are enjoying it, let me know what you would like to see more of. I'm all ears. Just let me know what kind of stuff you would like me to record. Do you guys start using Call Edit Pro? So Mike started off by using Call Edit Pro, I never did. So, Mike, yes, it's a no from me. As I'm not such a savvy user as Mike is. He's been editing ever since he was 13, and he's in his late 30s now. So that makes it like, I know this sounds crazy, but he's been producing audio for the last 25 years. He doesn't look this old, but he's got 25 years of experience, which is absolutely crazy. Right. The question from Vashinav M. Did you ever use any pirated Adobe software? I can't say that. How can you ask a question like that? Okay. Total honesty here. Did I ever use any pirated things? I don't think I've ever used any Adobe software back in the day when I used to live in Poland. By the way, I grew up in Poland, so I was a student in Poland. Students like to pirate things, of course, because of lack of funds. But I don't seem to remember using any Adobe product, so the answer is potentially no. Right. Daniel is asking, any thoughts on the theme park in Poland? Looks amazing. Daniel shared link to, what was it called again? Please remind me, Daniel. I totally forgot the name of the park now. But it looks absolutely epic. And as soon as this whole nonsense finishes, I would love to take Mike in there. It's somewhere between Kraków and Katowice. And it looks brilliant. And it's like a really, really good price. As in, going to Disneyland, like, leaves a hole in your pocket of like a couple of £1,000. And this was like really, really well priced. It was something like £30 to get in for a day, which is insanely cheap. And it parked looked absolutely amazing. So I think I will be going there. Yes, definitely. Mike is a huge fan of theme parks. Then Alexander says Mike is a ninja Mike. Yes, he is a bit of an audio ninja Mike. Then we've got Patrick. Really, Isabella? What's your full birthday date? I can't say what's my full birthday date. Actually, I can. Since it's Ask Me Anything, it's 11th of December. There you go. I was born 11th of December, 1986. That's me. What a question, Anton says. Right. The Mystic Wolf says, so give yourself your best sales pitch. Why you the CEO of MRC? Why am I the CEO of MRC? Wow, that's a really, really good one. I've joined Music Radio Creative in 2011, and that was pretty much an accidental join. I was, at the time, still pregnant with our first daughter. Well, we have one daughter, but with our first child. And I was bored to it. And Mike had this awesome business. And I was just sitting there, literally fiddling my fingers. And I was just like, I really ought to do something. I was like, hey, let me take a look at what you've got in there. And I took a look and I never looked back. And I absolutely love what I do. I love the fact that I get to interact with amazing people around the world, just like you. And my passion has been to grow the business ever since. So in 2011, it was just Mike on the website. And we are now in 2020, and we have over 160 different voice artists. We've got a chain of producers all around the world. We've got full customer service. And it's been growing ever since, so I'm loving it. There you go. I hope that's okay. All right. Free Run Media Service says, do you both know the old way to edit audio, like real cutting the tape? I don't.
Yes, of course.
Mike does. Yeah, and he's back.
You carry on though. I'm
Mike
enjoying this.
back.
I'm enjoying this. I was actually listening to you.
Yay.
Well, I was
Okay, you've
taking
been
a-
listening. Have you been sneaking
in.
This
yeah.
is a personal
I
conversation
tuned
here,
into
you
the live
know?
stream just because it's very
Yeah.
interesting. Carry on. Don't let me interrupt.
No, it's okay. I just wanted to get through as many questions as possible.
Anything else you desperately want to answer?
I'm just looking. Is the bed Mike uses at the beginning and available? And if so, how much? Yes, it is available. Head on over to
You mean this one? You mean that one?
That's the one. Yes, it is. We don't sell the bed on its own, just so you know. The bed
Oh.
is not available
Oh.
on its own.
Oh.
No, but we do sell
Why?
it as a theme package for some jingles if you would like to. So yes, if you would like to, head on over to musicradiocreative.com, drop us an email with your requirements, and we will give you a quote.
Oh, by the way, I probably better stop this bed, otherwise people will think it's the end of the show.
Yeah, don't.
Did you like the way I false reverb that?
Yeah.
Let's try and do that a bit better. Show.
Nice.
Hang on. The end. Did you like the way I used false reverb on that?
Nice.
That's rather good,
There you
wasn't
go.
it? So do that again. I love doing false reverb now. It's one of those you can do.
There you go.
Hang on. Nice.
There we go.
Bit more. Hang on. That's the cool thing about having reverb on a mixer. You just, when you want the bed to end, you can just do this.
I like it. Can you do me? Can you do me like that?
We can do that.
What about me? Me.
Oh,
me.
sorry,
me.
reverb
What about
for you.
me?
Yeah,
me.
okay.
I want reverb. Is the reverb for me?
Sing
I'm singing in the rain.
in the rain. I was thinking that too.
There you go.
Another cool thing I found, actually, sorry, I know it's your turn to answer questions, but I found this weird fader on my desk. And for some reason, when I fade this fader up here, it loops us back. 1 2 check 1 2 1 2 check 1 2 2 check 1 2 Go on. Check 1 2
1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2.
Drop a beat.
1 2.
Drop a beat.
1 2.
Drop a beat.
Rain.
Sing in the rain. Sing in the rain. Sing in the rain. Bring it on. Anyway, I don't know what that fader's doing on the desk. I
But
can't
it's
remember
cool.
how I wired it up, but I just opened the fader and it
Yeah.
started looping back what I was saying. I was like, we've got to use that today.
Yeah, the Jim
Anyway.
Christ Century says, enough, please. And I absolutely agree.
Anything else you want to answer is before we do
agree.
some free jingles?
There were lots of interesting questions. Like Carlo has asked, actually, the last question I'll take is Carlo asking, what was the most difficult thing to learn to record the jingles, to record them? So I presume the question is about recording the jingles. And I would say the most difficult thing in all of this is to realize in your head that to read the script is not the same thing as to act it, as in to read it with the right emphasis and everything else. So it took me probably solid... Started 2011. I started to record jingles with Mike. Was it this year? It is this year.
Yeah.
This year, or maybe towards the end of 2019. So it took me 8 years.
And you got featured on the
to
website now.
To gain the confidence to say that I am happy with how I'm recording the jingle, since I've listened to like thousands of voiceovers over the years. And it's
Yes.
listening and learning from listening for me. So it took me solid 8 years to get confidence and to feel kind of that it's okay enough for it to go out into the world, so to speak. So there you go. I think that it's just, a lot of practice and realization that it's just not, it's not good voice is not enough. So.
But you're doing really well, Isabella.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. I'm really, really happy. I really enjoy it too. Kind of. I have the secret dream. I really would love to be like Disney character once. Like, you know, I really would love that. Like, I would love nothing more than like leave some sort of what do you call it? Kind of like, what is it? You know, when you leave something behind. I've totally gotten the word.
A dent in the universe, as Steve Jobs said, yeah?
Yeah, not a dent. Well, that's not the word I was thinking about. As in my legacy. That's the word, Isabella. Legacy. I want to leave a legacy with like a cartoon character in Disney.
That would actually be
by
awesome.
Isabella. I would love that. Seriously, like that is the dream. Honestly, I would love that.
That'd be really cool.
Yeah, that's just such a cool thing. So I don't know. We'll see where that happens.
Right, so shall we get to the part of the show where we do those free jingles then?
Yeah, there we go. Thank you for everybody has said legacy. Thank you. That's the word I've been looking for. Thank you. It's just the delay is not in my favor here. I know, it's like, yeah, anyway.
All right, we're set. We're recording here in Adobe Audition. Shall we do some voices, Iz?
Yeah, we should do.
All right, let's get started. I'll do the first few. Here we go.
I'm not looking at the script yet. Just give me a second, please. Come on, you go.
This is a public announcement. The virus has reached the shores of Britain. Please do not panic. There ain't no Corona Verona getting in here tonight. This one's for Mr. Clive. Your power rock station, 106.6 FM, Karlsruhe, Germany. And you are listening to Radio Jerusalem 24.
The Weekend Mix with DJ Morad Zaid, live from Ramallah.
Few for Mr. Clive. All right, listen up. Get into formation. You're now part of the all-night army here on Jukebox 92.7. This program is brought to you in living color by Suhovsky Enterprise. Blah. You are listening to Radio Jeebus, where we turn water into funk.
Like that. Sound Club Web Radio, the #1 mix section, the perfect mix. Holy moly, DJ Danielson is rocking this.
You're in the mix with DJ T-Rock.
Belisaria is proud to support Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society. Please donate your lindens into the kiosks at the front of the stage and support Bella. And support.
What?
Shush.
Start again from the start.
Belisaria. Okay. Belisaria is proud to support Relay for Life and the American Cancer Society. Please donate your lindens into the kiosks at the front of the stage and support Belisaria. Belisaria. And support Belisaria for RFL.
Listen to cool messages, throwbacks in time, your favorite new messages from Bishop David Oyedipo. Listen to cool messages, throwbacks in time, your favorite new messages from Bishop David Oyedipo on your favorite gospel radio app. You're locked down on Domi Radio.
It's halftime, but please stay where you are. We have another hour of Twisted Sister fun with DJ Jojo and her hostess with the mostest, Kara.
The Retro Chart Countdown with Adrian J.
Logical progression. 2 hours of upfront liquid drum and bass. Live in the mix.
You've been listening to the Magical Mystical Music Show with your host Uncle Vince, jamming the greatest old school music in the universe every Friday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. Central Time.
This is another extra long mix with Kenny on Ziggy Radio.
Wash Radio, feel good hit music radio. DJ Ferdy in the mix.
Thanks, Health Radio. Wellness and healing are our passion. Join Health Radio on Facebook for more tips and advices. Watikilla? Okay. DJ Watikilla, juggling the hit live. Online, on your smart speaker and Alexa, your local community radio station, broadcasting across Norfolk Radio Wyndham.
Listen to Radio Voice of the Gospel. Here, you will find Bible messages and sermons that encourage, uplift, and challenge to live a more godly life.
Mike will be right back after the coronavirus eats what's left of his brain. Never mind. Too late.
I'm not sure about that one.
I'm sure you know it's not about you, Mike, right?
Okay.
There are like a million mics out there.
Of course. Okay, cool. Live in the mix, it's DJ Ranji with the hottest jams. It's a remix with your DJ, Matthew Stevenson.
Nathan. Is it Nathan?
Nathan.
No.
Nathan Day.
Okay. Nathan Day on 107 Endeavour FM. You are tuned to number one hit music station, Fresh Asian Radio.
Rock to fall in love, rock to wake up, rock to work, rock for every moment of your day and night. Radio Rock. Rock is our way of life. Mr. Clive? Are you feeling alone today? Please take off your mask and gloves and join us at free dinner at Zombie Camp or ididn'tmake.it.com. ididn'tmake.it.com, the only station who will run for your brain. Ramatonic live on BFM. And after the Silver Surfers at 10 p.m, The Rock Show, an hour of classic rock with the odd new one thrown in for good measure, with your host Robbie West, air guitars at the ready. Playing the songs you know and love, Tank FM.
It's Monday lunchtime. It's CJ. It's Forth Valley Radio. Open up the app and take us with you.
Stop, click, listen, and enjoy. It's time for your playlist special with DJ Black Shadow. Your favorite, your station, 91.3 Radio Talisayan. This is the Southern Youth Program on 88.3 Southern FM. Escodini Vox, a Bucks fan podcast, exploring views from the Ghost at Orlando Stadium, social media, and across the land. Amplify the Ghost. This is Radio Tyne, the newest noise for the Northeast. These are the Southern School Stars on 88.3 Southern FM.
Listen to Cross One Radio. Remember this, God will always uplift your mind and heart so you can have the strength you need to get through each day. You're listening to Bay FM Radio. Bay FM Radio. Gel Shaw, Vince Shaw.
This is a warning. New school, old school, after school. What is this tune? This is the sound. Respect. You're listening to Standout Sounds with Matthew Walker. I want to speak to the Principal podcast. It's where education is. Goetia 9, Kings of Solomon, a wonderful Euro-style game by Christian Karlberg.
VDJ Image, the number one House 50 party DJ. You are welcome to the Beat After Beat session with DJ Bright.
Follow DJ Bizzle on Instagram and Facebook at DJ Bizzle40. Say hello, give us a ring on 01928 835 291 or text Halton Community Radio on 666. Start your message with HCR. Calls and text will be charged at your standard network rate. Your most consoling radio, your most entertaining radio, and your most informing radio. It's Radio Jangwani 106.3 FM. Machuki and Wiana.
Waihenya?
Okay. Machuki and Waihenya on Amkia Jangwani. I hope I've done that justice.
Yeah.
Today's best music, playing your favorite hits, only here on True Hit Radio. You are listening to Radio Wise. Feel the magic. DJ Garcia is in the building. Old School Nation with Tony A.J. Smith.
This is the moment you've all been waiting for. This is the one and only DJ Marley. Now, live on Leet Music. Keep it funky with Cyber Soul Radio from the Green Eyed City, Aberdeen. No, sorry. Keep it funky with Cyber Soul Radio from the Granite City, Aberdeen. Do you ever listen to a song and then remember exactly what life was like when you first heard it? Refresh your memory. Check out Squiggles. Non-stop oldies on Spotify. On air, online. This is Ambron Radio. To you, Mike.
My turn? Mm-hmm. Okie dokie. Let me just get my place. Right there. Okay. Music from the 60s, 70s and 80s. Only the best golden oldies can be heard tonight at radioflashback.eu. Here is your oldies DJ for tonight, the one and only DJ Carlo. Pure Radio, your online radio station.
Where soul meets house, funk and disco 24/7. Keep it locked on the Cyber Soul Radio. Gamer FM.
Gamer.fm.
I know. I was going to do twice.
Oh.
Gamer.fm. The best radio station dedicated to gamers all over the world. Join us on Discord. Gamer.fm/Discord. Create a breakfast for your Saturday morning live stream fix. DJ Jerome C. DJ Jerome C. D Wild Music Radio. Forbidden Soul. DJ Justice. The Party Mover. Perennial Boxing and Fitness. Coach Ralph.
He's live from Pear Tree. It's DJ Ads mixing things up for the next hour and a half. Welcome to The Pause, a creative arts and poetry podcast brought to you by Empress Media Productions. One for Mr. Clive. Trinidad Dancehall Review. We are excited to invite you for the Refill 2020 main event in Raleigh, North Carolina. Come and experience an awesome time with your favorite Refill artists and DJs. We will have great music, food, hype sessions, and the element of worship. It is going down on the weekend of July 31st to August the 1st. Welcome and be blessed. And I'm just going to say, I think it's Raleigh. In Raleigh, North Carolina. In Raleigh, North Carolina. If anyone can give us the correct pronouncer on that, that'd be fab. I think it's Raleigh. I'm not sure. You're listening to Sport with SM. The greatest hits of the 60s, 70s and 80s. This is Radio Popcorn on 1098 medium wave.
Tornado Apia, the music play captain.
Thanks for tuning in with Eerie DJ Company. You're listening to DJ Aki.
Nice.
And that
is a wrap.
That's
awesome.
All right, Isabella, that's it. What do you want to say?
I want to say we will be back next Friday for more free jingles, so keep them coming, people. Keep them coming. But watch the space. If you haven't watched our YouTube channel before, click subscribe. There's that button right there. Hit
Absolutely.
Subscribe. As we will be doing lots of probably live streams this coming week, as I think that's going to be the way to go as people, everybody's sort of sitting home and asking us lots of questions. So we want to help you. So
stay strong and stay healthy.
You've got to swallow vitamin D and C, right?
Okay, but Isabella's not a medical doctor, by the way. She does care about you, though.
I do care about you.
Yes.
So get the vitamins, all the stuff.
Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in. It's been fantastic. Have a wonderful weekend. Make the most of it. Enjoy yourself. Catch you next week. Bye.